I guess I completely missed out the audio. Um, you're welcome to the maiden edition of my show, which I titled Liberating Nigeria podcast. And I picked this title from my book, Liberating Nigeria, A Guide to Winning Elections and Reviving Our Country, which was published in 2019. And my objective is to try to deliver value, provide information to electorates as we move towards elections in 2023, and hopefully also deliver value to politicians. I just talked a little bit about it, some of my chapters. Chapter 2, Desperate Times Call for Desperate Measures. 3, Power belongs to the people, but we must learn politics. 4, Peaceful liberation simply means winning elections. 5, Transforming our economy within a 4-year tenure. And 6, revenue growth, and 7, electricity. Today, I like to talk about electricity. Um, so every time you listen to politicians or electorates or analysts on TV, people talk about, oh, Nigeria is generating less than 4,000 megawatts. South Africa is generating, close to 60,000 watts. I hear all these numbers, and the first thing that you know baffles me is what context. The comparison is wrong. Uh, First of all, Nigeria's capacity, according to the federal government, the grid, um, is over 12,000 megawatts. Of course, it goes from generation to transmission and into distribution. I'll talk about that at a later time. But um, there's another data that people rarely talk about: generation or delivery outside the grid. Now, any politician that continues to talk about grid numbers, central grid numbers, it just means he doesn't know how to solve the problem, or he doesn't understand this problem. The solution to our power problem lies outside the grid, not within the central grid. The central grid will continue to face challenges: gas pipeline vandalization, um, issues with local communities, security issues around major infrastructure. Transmission will continue to fail many times. The central grid will continue to have problems. The solution lies outside the central grid. And when many countries quote numbers, they're actually quoting numbers that include delivery from the central grid, in addition to delivery from independent power plants. So why do we talk about our own delivery? And I'm using the word delivery because I'm talking about distribution. I'm not talking about generation. Why do we talk only about our own federal government delivery? Now, I read today a research was done by Professor Adeola Adenikinju, and who carried out a survey in 2014 that was sponsored by the European Union and the German government to to determine how much power is being generated in the manufacturing space outside the grid. And he they came up with 14,000 megawatts. That is about 6 years ago. 14,000 megawatts. Now that doesn't include what Lagos is generating, River State, Delta, quite a number of states that are generating power independently. That also doesn't include what uh, several universities, estates are generating. So if I can make a wild guess, I would say that 14,000 6 years ago, or plus what was not included, outside the grid, we're probably generating and delivering maybe 20 to 25,000 megawatts. Now, if you add that to the grid of about 4,000 or 3,000, it means Nigeria is doing close to 30,000 megawatts. That's what we should be talking about. If that's still not enough, but the discussion should be based on what federal government is delivering plus what we're getting outside that central grid, and how can we improve what is coming outside that grid. Anybody that is still focusing on grid, on Nigeria's central grid, with all the challenges with security, with pipeline infrastructure, I think that person has got it wrong from the onset. And we look at other countries, South Africa, 60,000 miles. Most times, countries include, what they know other big players are generating. It can't just be focusing only on the central grid. And this is an important thing for us to know. And so when you listen to politicians say, oh, 3,000, I'm going to push you to 10,000. No. How are you going to improve, or how are you going to help facilitate improvement even outside that problematic grid? And so let's get these numbers right. It's important for the politicians, but also the electorates and the analysts on TV to also learn about this very complex electric power sector. And I want to be doing this maybe every week. And my objective is to deliver value, help to enlighten the electorate. And primarily, I want to talk to electorates. It's up to the politicians, but I want to enlighten the electorates, and I hope they can ask better questions from the politicians. This book, it has a lot. If you're interested, you can order from Amazon. Amazon UK, Amazon Australia, Amazon anywhere. It's also available on several. I think Roving Heights, the biggest bookstores in Nigeria have it. Roving Heights, booksellers, every big bookstore in Nigeria has it. And uh, unfortunately, I'm not talented enough to be a politician. I mean, to run for office. Let me put it that all of us are politicians, and so what I can do is to enlighten the electorates, and hopefully they can question the politicians better. They can make better informed choices, and I hope to do this every week. And I think that's my show for today. I hope you've learned something. I will talk more about electricity in the next couple of weeks. I want to really deliver value in that area. And after that, I'll talk about job creation, which is another area that interests me a lot. That's anything you are doing as a government official, as politician, if it doesn't translate into job creation, I think it doesn't still deliver good value. So thank you for tuning in today. I apologize for the mix up. This was just a quick trial. And if you have comments, questions, feel free to drop it on my feel free to drop it. And you can also you can also um, you can also follow me. I'm just getting used to social media. I just want to deliver value, and I hope I can do this once a week. Thank you so much.